Welcome to the bold analysis. The madness generation from Meru was silenced by the legendary decision by the Senate to ensure that Kawira Mwangaza continues to serve as the Meru senator, as the Meru governor. And the behind the scene intrigues, the lobby, and the keen stakes that were really wrapped in the Kawira impeachment is something that actually is going to blow your mind. And they had to take the intervention of key leaders like Waiguru to reach out to Raila and the team on how to salvage Kawira Mwangaza. And the Meru issue is a bit complex. The mind games that were played, and it all started when Rigathi Gachagua went to a church in Meru and promised them that him and William Ruto were not going to meddle with the Meru issues. This despite the fact that devolution is a state department under the office of the deputy president. But so many things were at the stake. The impeachment was already a scheme, and the real scheme was a yardstick that was being used to ensure that Kawira Mwangaza is out of Meru politics. And the real madness, the madness generation, could not understand why a woman actually defeated them. That is a bit of what to say. But to understand that there were quite much that was at stake, 2 days after the MCAs appended their signatures on an impeachment motion in the Meru County Assembly, Mithika Linturi, who also hails from the same county and is the Agriculture CS, was picked, or rather anointed, or rather appointed as the spokesperson of the Meru community. This move, this political move was understood, was interpreted differently. But those looking at the Mount Kenya East axis, and the Mount Kenya East and the West axis, and also a bit of what exactly is happening in terms of Mount Kenya supremacy battles. And so, on Wednesday, on Tuesday, when William Ruto met with the members of parliament in the State House on the PG, during that PG, the issue of the Kawira impeachment was underway in the Senate. And MPs tried to raise whether the party was having a position on it, and Ruto silenced them, saying that the matter was under Senate and was not going to be discussed. So it was left into a backroom lobby, because the party was asking, what is the position of the party in respect to whatever was going on there? But as that was going, even though there was a bit of silence not to be discussed, but William Ruto's spokesperson, Moses Kuria, was already in Twitter talking and saying everything about what needs to be done to ensure, calling out senators that were being hoodwinked to ensure that Kawira Mwangaza is shown the door. And reports emerged about a behind-the-scene push by Waiguru, Moses Kuria, and a host of Mount Kenya leaders that reached out to Raila's Azimio camp to stop and salvage the Meru governor out of witch hunt. But of course, that was happening amidst the flimsy charges that were really just wrapped up in emotions and the vulgar language by the madness generation in Meru. And these three soundbites of Khalwale, Ledama, and Kajwang points out as to how the Senate was very angry with the MCAs, and really why Kawira had to survive. Well, this was going on, and this was before this is what the MP said before voting. And you could see the way already a position had been arrived. If you look at the voting pattern on all those 7 issues that were raised, none of those, the closest was, the one that was closest was about the contempt of the assembly, not the misuse, use of public coffers, which was nearly 2026. But the others was a landslide win for the governor. And you realize that none of the senators even abstained. All the senators voted. And apart from the other one of the misuse, all the rest, the other 6, of naming the road, appointing, nepotism of appointing her relatives. There was also that one of the Okolea program, or abusing the other leaders, or disrespect. All those did not get anywhere. And while this was going on, you will realize that there is this other video that came out. There are 2 videos, and I want to play for you these 2 videos. Mutahi Kahiga, who is the chairperson of Mount Kenya Governors Caucus, the larger Mount Kenya Governors Caucus, and Moses Kuria, amongst other leaders, were also camping in the Speaker's Gallery, and we are following the proceedings from the precincts of Parliament to just ensure what happens. And I can tell you that Kawira impeachment was, Mount Kenya realized later that this was a big trap for them. And by all means, they had to ensure that Kawira survives, by all means. William Ruto kept off because he was asked to keep off. But they realized maybe his silence was another aspect. But behind the scene, there's a big lobby to ensure that things work their way. These 2 videos is that of Salvation Party and these women leaders supporting Kawira.
Governor Kawira, you are a strong girl. Keep it up.
God has vindicated you, Governor Kawira. Go and serve the people of Meru well. You are anointed of God. Kawira, Governor, stand still and see the salvation of God. You are a great woman.
You are a very strong woman. I love you.
Governor Kawira, congratulations. Go serve the people of Meru. Women power.
Asiyekuwa na wake ana Mungu. Governor Kawira, nenda ukafanyie watu wako wa Meru kazi. Mwenyezi Mungu akutangulie.
Governor Kawira, to God be the glory. You are a hero. May God give you grace to serve Meru people.
We love you.
Now you will realize, and I think the videos that you've seen will show you the environment, or rather what is happening behind the scene. But in this podcast, I want to explain for you, there's some 4 stakes that decided Kawira's fate, Kawira's impeachment. The first stake is Mithika Linturi Mount Kenya East factor. And I want to explain this keenly. I wanted to capture this keenly. If Kawira Mwangaza was to be impeached, the deputy governor was to become the governor. Yes, like that's what the law says. But the madness generation with Njuri Ncheke had also coalesced around Mithika Linturi as the spokesperson. And he's the most senior most leader from the region, apart from the deputy speaker, Amrugi. And so, with that virtue, the deputy governor was also going to fall into a category of that man who has just been given. The other person that once wanted to be the governor is Mithika Linturi. So with the absence of Mama Kawira in the picture, Mithika Linturi was going to carry the day. And of course, that impeachment had been sponsored by MPs largely the Meru, the Madness generation, the MPs, that had sponsored that impeachment. The MCS were just a vehicle because that's what the law says. If the law allows MPs to impeach their governor, it will even have started there. And so Mithika Linturi was going to get a big win if that Kawira Mwangaza was going to be sent packing. Then the second aspect why Mount Kenya made a U-turn last minute to ensure he survives is that there was a destabilization scheme. And let me just explain it this way. If in any way Kawira Mwangaza is yes, she's independent, but she's very popular. She's very popular, and she won as an independent candidate. So if by any chance she was going to be kicked out, then the Madness generation will remain there fighting. I can tell you, they would fight for everything in Meru. I think someone asked, now, even if we remove Kawira, are you guys sure you are going to manage amongst yourself? Because even amongst yourself, you guys are fighting. And Kawira as a force could also make another political move. Could have also joined the rebel group. Remember, there is Maina Njenga on the other side, who was supporting Kawira Mwangaza. And you could see him making a post. I saw him making a post saying, you know, the mountain is united. I saw him making a post somewhere. If you check Maina Njenga's Facebook page, you will see there is a post he just made there. I don't know whether I did the screenshot. But if you check Maina Njenga's post, he said, in a meeting with Moses Kure, he said, Mount Kenya is united. And that was in reaction to Kawira's impeachment. And then, that would form another wave. The other third aspect, stake, was the gender profiling by the Madness generation. The whole country was waiting to see whether the Senate was going to normalize the vulgar gender profile that the governor was being subjected to. Actually, I can tell you, you could give all that merit, but on the ground, and it was a very simple. You know, we are not saying that Kawira Mwangaza is being impeached because she's a woman. That's not the point. But we cannot underestimate the fact that in that impeachment proceeding, her gender was put on the table. And the Madness generation in Meru actually targeted her because using the gender card. All those vulgar statements were made attacking her as the gender. Number 3, or the lastly, number 4. We were looking at Ruto's commitment to devolution, because how would we set a precedence on such flimsy charges a governor is removed from office? Then it would have normalized impeachment as a yardstick against governors. So that was a big test. Or also, apart from the independence of the Senate. But I've always insisted that impeaching a governor needs the presidential nod. If the president wants you to be impeached, the president has all the resources to ensure you are impeached. And that's why Uhuru was able to kick out Waititu and Sonko. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. And I hope that that which Kawira Mwangaza is going to pick up from that impeachment. I don't agree with the fact that the Madness generation not in good tandem with them. But I think sometimes, if it continues, the government needs to get synergy with the Meru leadership. Not a working relationship, but just synergy. There are some people that they're not supposed to be your enemies. They're not supposed to be your friends. But again, they're not supposed to be your enemies. So I believe that the next step will be that of reconciliation and ensuring that things work. And the Meru men support Mama Kawira Mwangaza. Take the good example from Homa Bay. Homa Bay is being led by Governor Wanga. And Wanga is getting the support of all those men there. And that is why she's actually amongst the top 5 in terms of performance. So the fact that someone got, and when our constitution envisioned there was a possibility of an independent candidate, someone to vie independent and even win, that was the maturity of a democracy. The fact that someone came to leadership as an independent candidate, as independent governor without a political party. Political parties were not vehicles of gathering momentum together so that you can hit that who you think came through an independent ticket. I believe that there are some good lessons that the country will learn from the Meru impeachment. And the other MCAs in other counties, they should understand impeachment is not the only tool of oversight. Thank you. Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. This is the northern part of the coastal northern coast, and I am live at the Uzuri Coastal Apartment. I want to show you a B&B. I know this is now a holiday season, and most of us are coming in the country. You also want to spend some time in the coastal area, and of course, this is the best place. It is very convenient, and I want to show you so that we do a house tour. You know what exactly is inside and how it looks like, so that you can really be in a position to make a good decision. It is a very good partnership between the Bold podcast and the Uzuri Coastal Apartment here in the coast. Asante, let's go. Yes, so when you come, this is the house. This is the beautiful sitting room, or rather the living room. This is your dining. So, you know, like in these rooms, when you come, you're supposed to be able to prepare your food, or even without that, you can still get someone a cook to serve you. And this will be your dining. Then, so on this other end is the kitchen. So the kitchen is very big. This is where you cook. So, and it's very comfortable because when you cook, the smoke that is coming is being absorbed by this. Then this is where you can keep your stuff. This is a microwave, and even you also have a fridge on this other end. So it's a very comfortable place. So before even I show you the other side of the living room, here is a door where you can, you know, when you are here and you want to freshen up, you can just come out here. You can do your laundry around this place. It's a very serene space, guys. You can do your laundry here. You can also just rest and just around the balcony, as you have a very good view of the place. And by the way, as your cameraman is showing you, you see the place is quite an amazing space, and you can take a very good view. So even standing here or being around this place is quite a very interesting scenery. So this is what is it? So let's go back inside so that we give you the other bit of it. Yes. So this is your sofa sets. This is where you can relax. So you make yourself comfortable here. If you can look at it, these are the chair, and then the TV set. So it's a place you can. I promise you, this is a place that you really loved. I've been here for the last I think I spent my night here, and it's quite amazing. It's quite an amazing place. So I want to show you the other spaces, but this is literally what that living room looks like. You really love it. So let's go. Now, the other place I want you to see, this is the dispenser. Yeah, this is the dispenser, and they have Wi-Fi. So you should not even worry about your internet, and I've used it. It's quite very fast. So you can be able to run your errands if you want to work online, you want to just keep up, and you also want to watch the Bold podcast, you'll be able to get that. So on this end is now double bed. This looks amazingly beautiful. I'm telling you, this is good. You know, this is a place that sometimes kwa maisha pia unajitibu. You just pia unazoea hii, you get used to this one. It's quite good.
space. And then I've realized, by the guys, the coast is a bit hot. I don't know, hot or relatively hot. And when you get into this spaces, it's quite good. This is the double bed. So if you're a couple, you can organize yourself here. Now this is where you can keep your stuff. See, it's your wardrobe. It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's open.